What's going on, hockey fans? Another season in the books, another incredible year, another champion crown. The Boston Junior Bruins, your NCDC Dineen Cup champs. And now, all there's left to do is one last A&K show. Welcome back, hockey fans. One last week before we get into those real fun teams. And Lucas, what teams are those that folks are going to get a chance to see coming up?
It's going to be the all Dan K, all Lucas J teams in the NCDC Premier and Elite levels. After this video, so for the next 3 weeks after you see this one coming out on Thursday, we're going to get a deep dive into the Elite Premier and NCDC levels. You're going to get to see who Dan and I pick for our teams at the forward, defensive, goalie, head coach, GM, and broadcaster positions.
Yeah, we're going to have all those too. We're going to get a chance to have a broadcaster. I'm going to have a surprise general manager for Lucas on our NCDC edition. He will be helping me choose my team. I think we can guarantee with that assistance that I will have the better of the two NCDC squads. The Premier and Elite are going to be fun as well, man. One thing I do want to point out, when we do these all Dan K, all Lucas J teams, we dig in beyond the numbers. We dig into the player on the ice, the player off the ice. We dig into what they've done for their team, the role they've played, what they've had to battle through, and the great storylines. They all go into play here. And I'll tell you what, if there's one thing Dan K loves, it's a flashy goal scorer.
Yeah, and if there's one thing I love, it's kind of the opposite. I like a team that knows how to run their systems well, gets in front of shots, and you know, just really plays well on the defensive side. Score
the puck, and I want a netminder who's standing on top of his head every time I get a chance. He's going to stop the puck. My guys are going to score the puck. That's how we play.
Look, a goaltender who works with his defenseman to cut down on the available angles and put the puck back into play to get the offense going on the other end. You got to play well in transition to be successful on Team Lucas J.
Got to agree to disagree here, but let's just take a look back at this Dineen Cup final. I mean, we've talked about it a ton, and we're going to have Lucas is going to be working on the Dineen Cup Finals recap video there. It's going to be real fun to watch. It's going to be a real fun watch for you. But, Lucas, just how incredible of a series was this? Break it down for us just a little bit. A quick breakdown, a short mini breakdown.
Well, I mean, it was in some senses the series we sort of expected. You know the Connecticut Junior Rangers, they're playing with a lot of passion, a lot of fire, and that certainly showed up in all three games. At Game 1, it delivered them the advantage, I think. But then it's kind of that Boston Junior Bruins, oh, okay, this is what you guys are going to throw at us? We're going to try to match that. We're going to try to break you down now mentally. And it was certainly a chess match. I got to be honest, being the color guy, I got to see the chess match unfold, you know, minute by minute, play by play, especially with Alex Thomas between the glass. It was such a great series to watch. Boston Junior Bruins took Game 2, and everybody showed up for Game 3, which it was 6-on-5 for the last minute. Connecticut Junior Rangers down by 1. You couldn't have asked for a better game from everyone, the forwards, defensemen, goaltenders, and the two head coaches.
And you got to go back and watch, and I retweeted it today on Twitter, so you have a chance. You got to go back to Tuesday's retweets, because it's when we taped this. But there's a slow-motion video of Johnny Malera's game-winning goal, the third goal of that Game 3. And it is, in the words of Luke Rowe on Twitter, which I also retweeted, gross. It was absolutely filthy, man. He went bar down, Selly, an incredible score by Johnny Hockey Malera, and an incredible season by the Boston Junior Bruins. You got to give the hats off to them. They are now our new NCDC overlords. They now rule the world, and we will bow down to the Boston Junior Bruins. Mike Anderson, not just winning on the ice, but also winning behind-the-bench interviews there with the answer to Alex Thomas, which might have been the best on-ice answer we've ever gotten. It was our first Popovich moment. Alex Thomas says, "Coach, tie game right now. What's it going to take to win this thing?" And he says, "Another goal." And that was the best answer I've ever gotten. Guess what? They went and got that goal. They won that game. And the Boston Junior Bruins, as you can see, that just filthy Malera goal, puts them by, puts them past, and puts them past the Connecticut Junior Rangers team that has nothing to be ashamed of in the way they played. Noah Strawn, your El Capitan, Max Kuznetsov took it to the max. Colton Lancaster, the king of the crease, we called him all postseason long. Kid was dominant. This team played great. and they just ran into a buzzsaw that were the Bruins, and that's how it worked out.
That's kind of how it goes, you know. But you got to give it up to both teams. It was absolutely incredible, and you know, as much as I can't wait to see BJB next year, it'll be interesting to see where Henkel can take this Connecticut Junior Rangers team.
It's going to be an interesting year next year. The Twin City Thunder folks are also going to be joining the NCDC, and a little birdie may have told the Dan K Show that there may be a trip up to Maine to see some Mainers, to get some lobsters, and to also check out and take in and possibly call the home opener of the Twin City Thunder. I mean, I don't want to just tell you that we're doing it, but I will say that I wouldn't be surprised if we were.
Yeah, you know, I think we welcomed the Monarchs into the NCDC when they joined them.
We did, and they had a bull, mechanical bull in the background.
So it would be tradition, I suppose,
to have a mechanical bull.
Sure, we'll go with that.
You were going to say something else.
I think yours is more fun. Your tradition's much more fun.
I don't want to ride a mechanical bull. I am not good at it. We did it actually on my bachelor party in New Orleans. Lucas and I had to ride. He did win the bull riding. It was he definitely won. All of us tried it out, and I was not made for it. I will never be in a rodeo. Maybe I'll be the clown with the way I dress. But let's keep it going. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep the momentum going. It's going to be a huge year next year, Lucas. A huge year. I want to do a little fun game. You know how I make you pick the goal scorer? Yeah. I want you to pick the biggest storyline of the future. I want us to put our future hats on. We're each going to pick what we think the future storyline is, same time next year. What do you think the biggest storyline to come out of this is?
I'm going to go to the NCDC.
Okay. I'm going for Mir.
I'm going to say the biggest storyline is 3 through 12. And here's what I mean by 3 through 12. You take the 3rd seed through the 12th seed in the NCDC this year, including the Twin City Thunder. And I think you're going to see a reshuffling of epic proportions. I think you are going to see teams absolutely switching and changing. I think we had so much parity in the NCDC this year. There's no way that it's going to take a backtrack next year. There's no way that this is going to end up being a division where you just have the same couple of teams winning year in and year out. This is going to be a division that's constantly changing, constantly updating. I think the Connecticut Junior Rangers making it to the finals is just the beginning of what's going to be an insanely competitive NCDC division.
I'm going to have 2 future predictions here. Prediction number 1's at the premier level. Prediction number 1, Hampton Roads Whalers 3-peat. I'm going to call it today. I'm going to call 3-peat for the Hampton Roads Whalers. They win their 3rd consecutive Premier National title.
Why are you doing this to
me? They win their 3rd. I call Hampton Roads Whalers 3-peat. And then the other one I call is Dan K Show wins 15th consecutive Hockey TV Broadcaster of the Month award. We can't stop winning it. We win it every month. And you know, we did just win the Hockey TV Broadcaster of the Month and get 72 likes on that. A tweet that actually created over 15,000 impressions in just a day. And Lucas, speaking of impressions, this year, by the time, just doing the math on how things have worked out, by the time the All Dan K and All Lucas J shows have aired, by the end of the month of April, we should have surpassed 10 million impressions on social media for the year. 10 million! I can't count that high!
And you know what's interesting, too, is the 2nd year we did the show, the year we started counting, it was 700,000 impressions.
Yes, that was a good year.
Then last year, 1.3
million.
1.3 million impressions.
Yes.
This year, 10 million impressions.
10.
That is exponential growth, folks. So and you guys have been the force behind it, so we'd love to thank you for that.
Without you guys, man, we're just 2 guys shouting in the void about the game of hockey, but instead, we are the Dan K Show, and that is where I want to kind of turn this show to at the end of it here. I know that Lucas always has his big parting words at the end of each show. I mean, this is officially the last show of the season. We go into off-season content next. The All Dan K and All Lucas J team, that's our off-season content. So the last show of the season, you always give beautiful, beautiful closing words. And Lucas, I'd like to hear your parting words for the Dan K Show's final show of the 2018-2019 season.
Well, first of all, stay tuned, obviously, because we're going to have more content throughout the season. You can go to @the_Dan Show to stay up to date with what we're doing. It's on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. But, aside from that, I would like to say, on behalf of Dan, myself, producer Lena, the entire Dan K Show family, thank you. You know, I've looked for words this week.
Yep.
And I think there's nothing really else except for thank you. Thank you to all of the teams that welcomed us into your arenas, your rinks, your practices, to all the players who welcomed us into locker rooms for interviews and allowed us to shoot promo content. And, you know, thank you to the players who welcomed us into their regions. When we went down to Florida, we went down to Richmond, Hampton Roads. You know, you had these hockey families coming out, and we've made some friends along the way. You know, the Osmondsons. We've had, you know, Carol Sisti up by the Hitmen, and just so many different people from all different areas of USPHL Nation have just really opened their arms and their hearts to us. And we definitely feel the love from you guys. And, you know, hopefully you guys can feel the love that we have for this league and what it brings to players who are, you know, looking to advance to college, looking to advance to the next level. And we're just out here trying to make sure that everybody has a space to play hockey, to play the game that they love. And so, once again, thank you.
Yeah, and I got to second that, Lucas. I mean, my parting words for you guys would just be, like Lucas said, thank you. Again, I'm a guy who went through the trials and tribulations of the scouting world of trying to find your way in the right college and the right experience, D1, D3, JUCO, wherever you wind up in the world. And, you know, I got a soft spot in my heart here for what these guys go through every day and the work they put in. And our job here is to highlight them. It's to be a resource, and it's to allow the coaches a place to both reach their players, reach their athletes, and also to hear about the potential opportunities they have in athletes who are looking for the next place to play. And we are a resource, man. We've talked to guys. I've signed autographs for guys as young as 3. I had a couple 3- and 4-year-olds come up to me and tell me that they're going to be a broadcaster. I had a couple 3- and 4-year-olds tell me they're going to be the next Austin Matthews or Sidney Crosby. I've had adults, I've had parents come here and yell at me that they love Dan K and all these things. I mean, it's been an incredible year just to get a chance to converse with everybody, to get this deep into the game with you all. I mean, it's something that I certainly am proud of what this show has done this year, excited about what this show has done this year. I got to tell you, there's some big news coming in my life here in the next few months. There's going to be some big moves here for this show. It's going to be some very big moves here for this show. This thing's about to take off big time. And we are about to make some big commitments to this show, and you folks are going to be there to support us. We know that, and we're going to be here to support you. To each and every player, you need any help in the off season, we're a reach out away, man. You can reach us at dankshow16@gmail.com. You can reach right out to us via email, man. You can reach us. We are never more than a few clicks away. Dan K, Lucas Jones. When Dan K's on the mic, it's always hockey night. When the Dan K Show is on the TV, you don't need anything else, man, because by far, pretenders beware, those who try to mimic beware. The Dan K Show is the supreme entity in the hockey world.
I feel like it's actually going to be more work now that the regular show is over.
I know, it's actually more work, because now we got to do the all Dan K, all Lucas J team.
Which I have to edit.
We got to draft it, you got to edit all that. And we got to draft it, you got to edit the Deneen Cup Championship videos.
You're shooting all that regional content.
Shooting all the regional content all off season long. So we're going to have stuff with every region in the country, every level, talking about some of the guys in their summer camps and everything. Spring and summer showcases.
Plus I got to get a tan. I have to get a tan.
I can't tan. I become actually more see-through by the end of it. I am Polish and Irish. It doesn't work out well.